Good Wednesday afternoon, Redskins sports fans. It is now time to shift over to the sport of powerlifting as we are currently doing our 2018 powerlifting season preview. We are going to start with the boys, beginning with Coach Donna, as well as state qualifier Marcus Yzaguirre and up-and-comer Hector Palencia. Coach, first off, last year took some kids to state, got a taste of it. Here's one of them right here. What is with taking 3 to state now? What has that done for this program, and has it opened the eyes for some of the younger group to say, hey, I want to follow in their footsteps?
Absolutely, it has. Especially we qualified a sophomore last year, Powerlifting State Marcus, and we have returning, which is time to set aside. We qualified also as a sophomore. Now the weight division will go up for Marcus. He plans to compete in 148, which he will do damage in 148s. We have up-and-comer Hector Palencia, who will also plan to qualify at 198s. He's getting strong. Every day he's getting strong, hitting the weight harder, competing very well.
You know, one thing we talked about last year was you guys were going to be really young. And you said, you know what, we're young, but we're going to fly under the radar. But don't be surprised if we do. Now, they pretty much know who these guys are. So what are your expectations now for them, now knowing that, hey, you're not a rookie anymore, now you're a veteran. It's not only state, but what is it that you want to get out of these guys?
Well, I know last year's expectation was we want to qualify in the top 5 at every meet we competed at. And we did. We were there with most of the teams hanging with Brownsville, Lopez, West School East, and the big dogs in powerlifting. Now we want to be in the top 3 with everybody coming back as far as Tyler and Marcus, and we got Hector. I had some guys coming up as well.
Now, how many returners do you have? I know you had a young group last year.
Correct.
You graduated a big group the year before, but these kids have got that year of experience. So now, how many returners do you have coming back that have actual varsity experience?
14 returners.
Wow.
Yes.
So, do you feel now is the goal not just to qualify individuals, but a team?
Yes, absolutely.
What is it going to take in order to make that happen? Because again, I don't think you have very many seniors, right? Most of these guys are what, sophomores, juniors?
Yes, correct. We only had one senior, which is Fernando Mata, who got to medal last year, but we didn't want to qualify him as well. One senior on the team, everybody is young.
Okay. So with that said, do you feel that with the makeup that you have with this team and the fact that he's just got a taste of it, could they possibly get like what did they say, the whole enchilada? Oh. And now you see not only maybe 3, but possibly a team go?
Yes, absolutely. We took some of these guys to regionals to help us out, and they're very excited as far as regional competition here in London.
What's the biggest thing that you've been preaching right now, start of the season, beginning? I know the weather has been kind of a weird factor, but what's the biggest thing that you saw that the kids needed to improve on from last year to this year and you've been focusing on more?
Well, we've been, obviously our deadlift is one of our points that we've been hitting hard. I know our squats and bench have been up there. We've been hitting the deadlift at least 3 times a week.
Okay, is that the one area you lacked in a little bit?
Yes, correct.
Okay, Marcus, we're going to switch over to you. You know, you were a young man that came in fairly new to the sport. Again, a lot of people didn't know who you were. Just thought, he's just a young guy that is getting his feet wet. Not only did you get your feet wet, you got a taste of state. How did you place last year? Were you surprised that you did as well as you did?
I placed 7th place at the state meet last year, and I wasn't surprised myself. I wanted to get top 5, but my bench wasn't there, and I was really disappointed in myself because I wanted to place top 5. I knew I could place top 5 if I hit everything, but things just didn't go as according to plan. But this year I'm looking forward to placing top 3 in state. You know, I want to get a medal. I want to bring back a medal for this town, for this city, because this is what we represent. This is what Donna is. We lift hard, we lift heavy, we're humble people, and we're just going to bring back medals for you guys.
So is it safe to say you focus a lot more on bench this year than maybe the other 2 lifts?
Well, the other 2 lifts, I focus more on bench and squat. I always thought that my deadlift was going to come up with that as my squat got higher and everything else got higher, but then I realized that's not the thing. So this summer, I just worked deadlift as hard as I could. I was able to pull 4 or 5 conventional raw, and which was crazy to me. It was a great experience. I was mad, I was everything. I was getting ready to lift it, and I lifted, and after that, I just felt a big relief off my shoulders because I knew I was going to be able to compete the 148s.
You know, with taking 3 guys last year to state, Coach talked about that no longer 3 is enough. You guys want to take more. Do you feel that even though you're young, last year you were young and under the radar, you over-exceeded expectations, took 3, same situation, young group, but do you feel you can double that amount to state or maybe even take more?
I feel we can triple, quadruple that amount to go to state because with the work ethic that we all have and the type of coaches that we have, we're gonna get up there. No doubt, we're gonna work our butts off to get up there.
There you go. Hector, you see what Marcus and Tyler did last year, getting to state, and I'm sure that's your goal this year. What is it going to take in order for you to get there? Again, you're one of the newcomers that Coach talked about that's kind of following in the footsteps of these guys. So from what you've seen and what you've learned from them, what are you trying to do in order to get there?
Well, my goal is just doing the extra things after the workouts, go running, increase my squat especially, since that was a really big factor last year for me when I placed twice. And staying together, as long as we help each other out, we'll be a good team.
There you go. Of all the lifts that you do, what do you feel is your strength, and what's the one you need to focus on a little more?
Well, my best lift right now is probably squat. I focus a lot on lower body, but I should be focusing on upper body, and that's one thing I need to improve.
Okay. Coach, this region is not a friendly one. It's probably one of the toughest ones in Texas. So in order for you to achieve your goal, you've got to go through the likes of Calhoun. You've got to go through the likes of Los Fresno. I mean, some of the big dogs in this sport. With the first meet beginning this Saturday, what is the biggest focus you're trying to tell your boys going in? What do you want to see meet by meet in order to not only compete with these guys, but over exceed them and surpass them?
Well, like you said, this region is the strongest region. That's what we always represent. We always send a lot to the state up there in Abilene. And coming this Saturday, I want to focus on the weight division, see the competition, because that's a competition we'll see year round. Pay attention to the guy in front of you, pay attention to the guy from Westlake, from Brownsville. Pay attention to those guys. We'll see them, and you will get better throughout the meet as the year go by.
There you go. Last question. Again, last season I talked to you about, do you feel that this team was behind the 8 ball, right where they wanted to be? And you said, you know what, John, surprisingly, they're a little ahead. And you didn't expect it. This year, do you feel it's the same situation? Is this team ahead of where you want them to be, or are they right about?
Absolutely, they are ahead right now compared to the workouts we're doing compared to last year where they began. They are very ahead.
Okay. Guys, we wish y'all the best of luck. We'll see you this Saturday. Fans, don't forget, follow RedSkinSports.us. We're going to have anything and everything having to do. We're going to follow this Donna high powerlifting team as they try to make their trek to where?
State.
State meet. There we go. Guys, good luck to you.